Maneva na say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there osia dem yopo.
Now, it's all over Ghana that a diplomat has been beaten to pulp by the police. Who is this diplomat we're talking about? Who is this guy who is an internationally recognized artist? Who is this diplomat who is an internationally recognized artist? His name is Ibrahim Mahama. And this is Ibrahim Mahama. He's somebody I've interviewed a couple of times on my radio show. And he's somebody I have a lot of respect for. My brother, my sister, he is the founder of the Red Clay Studio right there in Tamale. He's a renowned artist who is so well sorted after. Oh, yes. He's a sought after artist around the world, and he moves from place to place talking about art. He's so well respected around the world. And this artist here, Ibrahim Mahama, my brother, my sister, recently was given diplomatic status in Ghana. A well sought after international artist, all of a sudden, after so much hard work, became a diplomat for his country. And at the ceremony, he came and joined some other diplomats to be and celebrated his new world of diplomacy. This is Ibrahim Mahama. My brother, my sister. Now, Ibrahim Mahama, a couple of days ago, was reported to have been beaten by the police in Tamale, specifically the Black Maria, the IGP's special initiative of the Black Maria, headed by DSP Abdul Jalil Bawa. And it's made news all over the world. What really happened? And we have the whole truth right here, my brother, my sister. Despite all the controversies, it's been reported all over Ghana in the media that Ibrahim Mahama was beaten up. Black Maria has come out to deny it. DSP Abdul Jalil Bawa has vehemently denied it. And it looks like many more people are beginning to talk about this with each passing hour. Now, can we go into the details of this? Now, the story has it like this. Salah Day happened, and so many people went out there to celebrate Eid al-Fitr. Now, Tamale is a place that is predominantly Muslim. And many people went out there to celebrate the Eid. It looked like in an area where one of the Eids was held. You know, Eid is held in so many different places, depending on the denomination of Islam you belong to, and even the distance. So, this area was said to have had a lot of people attending. And when the Eid was over, everybody was rushing to go home. And you know how it is with Eid al-Fitr. You are not supposed to eat. My brother, my sister, so much before you go to Eid. Just something small to break the fast and to officially end the Ramadan. So many people just drank water. Some had a little bit of tea. So they were hungry right after the Eid and were rushing home. There was a traffic jam. And a lot of people also gathered, and we were told that they were supporters of the NDC. They were in a convoy, and they also got caught in this traffic jam. It was around Mariam Hotel in Tamale, those of you who know Tamale quite well. And they were now breaking through to join the main road and then go home and have a good meal. Oh my God. Traffic, so many tens of minutes. And Ibrahim Mahama was in a coaster bus with his uncle driving this coaster bus. My brother, my sister, he stayed in traffic for so long. At a point, he said he saw the Black Maria coming around, trying to overtake the whole convoy. And then he pushed his car forward, telling them that, you see, because I have a longer car, When I move, there would be so much space so that many more people would follow. It brought about so much disagreements. And then, according to Ibrahim Mahama, he was punched so many times, he even lost a tooth. His car was broken into. This was what he told us when we spoke to him on his way out of the hospital on Saturday evening. This was what he said. Watch this.
So, yeah, thank you. So this morning, went to the mosque. I went with my uncle and my family. So we went with a bus, our institution bus, Red Clay. So when we got there, the place was choked. So we even had to stop on the way and let all the women get down and go straight for the prayers. So we went to park and then we left the prayers halfway. So after that, after it was finished, we decided to leave before everyone leaves there, and then there is a jam again. So we were trying to take an alternative route, so at least we will be able to escape the traffic a bit and get to my father's house, which is just around the corner. We asked the ladies to walk over to the house so they don't have to join the bus. On the way, we to a T-junction around the Mariam Hotel in Tamale, and we were stuck. There were other long vehicles, buses that were also using the road that were also stuck. And we're trying to see how we could negotiate our way with the traffic jam so at least everyone will be able to pass. And then suddenly we saw these police units that were trying to overtake all the cars. And the first car that came ahead was a police vehicle. And the others that were back, we weren't very sure. But apparently they wanted to pass. But the place was jammed, so no one could go. So my uncle who was driving said to them that, oh, if they are going to reverse the bigger truck, so they should just let us pass. So at least because ours is big, then they also have space to park. And then they were shouting, screaming. So it went through like an exchange between themselves and my uncle. And then the next thing we see, they break into the vehicle, beating, punching, assaulting us. They drag us. There's blood all over the place. Take us to the police station. And they said because I was videoing them, so they beat me up merciless. They took me to the station and then beat me up merciless just to open the phone for them to delete the video from the phone. And some of them even saying that they could kill us and nothing will happen and blah, blah, blah. It was honestly, the most traumatizing thing I've ever experienced in my whole life. And to think that of all the work that we do, at the end of the day, your life is just going to hang in the balance of someone who doesn't even have a high school certificate.
Wow. Did they know who you were at the time of the beating?
They did, but they didn't care. Apparently, one of them even called someone and said that, oh, they are malhandling that guy that operates Red Clay. And then when we got to the station and then they told them that, oh, I was a diplomat, they said, oh, they don't care. They don't care about this. And all of them were there, including the leader of the Black Maria group.
Wow. Before this assault, what did you think about the Black Maria?
I've never encountered them before. I've only read about them online and the mixed feelings of some people saying that they don't want them, some people saying they do, and a lot of people saying that because they use a lot of excessive force and all that. But I remember just a week ago, my mother and I were talking about them, and my mother said, oh, he thinks that they use excessive force, but at least for drugs, they thought that the reason why some people thought they wanted them was because they thought that they were somehow kevin on like the drug menace in Tamale and all that. But I think underneath it, there were so many other things happening which people were not really happy about, and that's why they wanted. So personally, because I'm more operating from an institutional point and also traveling a lot and coming, I've never really had a good opinion about it, but I try to feed off the opinion of other people. It's always very mixed. Either some people think it's good or a lot of people think it's just very bad because of the excessive force. And today I understood why. Because they did not have any time to even have any conversation. They got down from the bus and it was just violence from the beginning to the end.
Were you able to pick up a few names?
No, Black Rasta, when you're being slapped left and right, you don't think about those things. You're just trying to get out of the situation. Yeah, because I even told them who I was, who my father is, because my father is quite very prominent in Tamale. So at least, even based on that, even if you don't know who I am and what I do, at least you have a bit of respect for that, and that will give you a bit of restraint. But they didn't care. They had no restraint. Even when my father came to the station later, they were screaming, shouting, like, yeah.
Wow. Have you been discharged from hospital?
Yes, I did. I had to run some tests, but the punches they gave on my face, my tooth, I have some broken teeth. Some of them are like dangling, but because it's a weekend, dentists are not working, so I have to wait till Monday before I can do that examination. But as for the other part, I did the examination and they gave me medicine for body pains and other things. So yeah, at least there was no internal injury, so just pains and all that. Yeah.
Was it the punches that gave you the broken tooth, or they used some other?
Yeah. No, the punch is just their physical face. They're just using their fist the whole time.
They just hit me with their fists the whole time. He's a diplomat, a renowned international artist. He tries to get things that we normally throw away and brings them together to be able to make a piece of art. And he's so well recognized around the world. In fact, he even brought aeroplanes to Tamale. Broken down aeroplanes. And people can now go to the area and look at some of these planes that no longer are working. In fact, according to him, these planes can still fly. But he has just decided to put them there as a piece of art for the people in the area who are mostly deprived. They don't even know the way to the airport. At least to come and look at the planes, sometimes even sit inside them, take photographs, and walk away. This is what he does. Now, to those of you who really want to read and see facts and figures, run the dossier. Let's see exactly who this guy is. He was born in 1987 and is an internationally acclaimed Ghanaian contemporary artist and institutional builder based in Tamale. He is globally recognized for his monumental installations that use repurposed materials to explore themes of labor, globalization, and trade. He's best known for his large-scale works involving stitched-together jute sacks. And this is what he does. Originally used to transport cocoa beans and charcoal, these sacks are draped over major architectural structures such as the National Theatre in Ghana. Right here in Accra, the Great Hall at Noust, that's in Kumasi, and the Kunstalbern in Switzerland. He uses them to symbolize global exchange and the residue of history. This is original to him. Great guy. Now, his work often incorporates other found items, including shoemaker boxes, train seats and scraps, discarded industrial materials such as metal tags, tarpaulins, and leather from old locomotives. And in Tamale, this is what he is doing. He has reinvested his artistic process into creating a massive cultural and educational ecosystem in northern Ghana. He is a Dagomba in and out. And he loves Tamale and the North, same way he loves Ghana. He has a Savannah Center for Contemporary Art. It was opened in 2019 as a multidisciplinary research hub, residency and exhibition center. And now the Red Clay Studio. It's a hybrid learning space and cultural repository featuring repurposed Soviet-era aircraft and colonial-era trains converted into classrooms and libraries. To encourage children to read, we'll come and sit in a plane and read. Come and sit in a train and read. And then he has the Nkrumah Volini. Nkrumah Volini simply means Nkrumah's hole. Inside Nkrumah's hole, there was a place in Tamale. In fact, it was a silo, actually, where Nkrumah, meant to have grains and all that stored. And then the northern people, the Dagomba people, called it Nkrumah Volini, Nkrumah's hole, inside Nkrumah's hole. In fact, it's an abandoned grain silo converted into an educational space that also preserves a local colony of bats. People were going to clear all the bats, but he refused and said they are also part of the art. So when you go into that place, he has been able to get it. There are bats all over on the wall. And when you clap, the colony of bats all fly left, right, and center. For him, it's a piece of art. Those of you who fear bats might not want to go into that area. Now, recent news and recognition. In 2025, Mahama became the first African to top Art Review's Power 100 list, ranking as the most influential person in the contemporary art world. The whole contemporary art world, he was seen as number one, and he's Ghanaian. Very creative. And then the assault case came. Meanwhile, last month, he lost a whole train at the Red Clay Studio to fire. So it looks like February was not too good for him. And then March, he lost some teeth to some punches, allegedly, from the Black Maria. Dash it away. Now, Black Maria has been praised so much over the months. Of course, a few people have said negative things about them. The IGP has rewarded and awarded them. Oh my God. And everybody's talking about them. When they were about to leave Tamale, many people were crying. They wanted them back. And remember, we brought you that story. This looks like it's going to soil the image of the Black Maria right there in Tamale. And yes, it is soiling the image. DSP Bawa Abdul Jalil, aka Tamale King Kong, is here. And he has been busily talking to the press about what actually happened on the day. He holds it close to his chest that Ibrahim Mahama is a hopeless liar who is telling one lie after the other. And sometimes he says that, I don't know why he still calls himself a Muslim if he can peddle such lies. We spoke to him a few hours before we got into the studio. My brother, my sister, let's listen to him. In fact, he used a couple of expletives as attributed to Ibrahim Mahama. Those of you who don't speak the Bani, when we return, we will tell you exactly what he meant by those. Watch this.
As we speak, with regards to what happened, I'm a Northerner, coming from Tamale, and I'm also a chief warrior. Every function that happens in the North, I go to celebrate it in as far as the North is concerned. So the Eid al-Fitr was just approaching a day to the Eid al-Fitr. I had out of my men 113 of them are Muslims. So I asked those who are coming from Ashanti, Eastern, either other parts of the country, to grant them permission for them to go home and also take part in the festive season. So having done that, I gave them the opportunity. So some people from Bole, some people from Wale, some from Tamale, and let me say majority of them were from Tamale area, and others who are from other regions, where they also went. So we went, and then on that was on the Saturday, we left my home and we were going to the Ambaria mosque, because we were going to greet the sheikh, the leader of the Sunnah family there, together with other colleagues who were in town. I called all of them that they should come, and they will go use the opportunity after the prayers. We can go and then greet the leader of the Sunnah community in Ambaria. Once we are going from town that is around Hilltop area, descending to St. Paul's or Holy Cross area, there was heavy traffic with regards to people had just finished at St. Paul's Primary School, and then the thing was that we could not pass. So there's a bypass that we can pass through that appears around the forest. And that forest area, there's a road that you turn back that will come to Mariam Hotel, and there's a T junction there. Once we're coming with a police car with my a private car and other private cars together with one police car being last. There, we got to a T junction. There was a VIP bus that had blocked the road, and then the coastal bus which also came to block the road, and then there was too much of congestion. So the police car that was front that contained 4 policemen got down, and I told them to just go, and then I didn't even come. I was just in the car. So they should go and make sure that they bring them, because it was confusion. Everybody was standstill. They don't know who is going. And then they went there to make the bus go back, and then there was way for us to come out. Once we were about to come out, then the coastal bus came in to block my car that was next to the police car. I was in the car. Then the guys got down from the car. Why are you doing this? Go back. He said, we have moved together. He said he will not go back. So even people who were motorists also became angry. Why is this guy doing this? You have been standing here and you have made us to all suffer this frustration. Now that the police have come, you are still there. The only thing you say, he's not going. Then the police go move, and he will not move. He has one life to live. Either he live or he die. So I even wonder what influenced him to make that statement. What life do you have to live and what do you have to live? I mean, what will influence you to make that statement? One, seeing the police vehicle clearing the road and then going to pass and you do this, that's completely obstruction and then disrespect to the law enforcement officers. I was in the car. So he still blocked. The people got down now, the motorists or civilians all got down. They move, why are you doing this? The next moment he rolled his glass. What he said was that, you people, once Mahama is gone, that's the time that you see your real sizes. I mean, what does it? So that statement, and then insulted us, your mothers in the bunny. Insulted in the bunny. And then the top close then you close the louvers. Then people became angry. Other people were insulting. I am standing at this juncture to say anybody who wants interest in this matter should go and look at the CCTV footage, and they will be able to see the actual happening of the area. People got down from their car because of the statement he made. What does this have to do with your Mahama issue? So the people, the citizens rise up. They start hitting the car. The guy that they call Ibrahim Mahama, which me, I have never even met him. I don't even know him. I'm sitting in my car. I didn't even go down. So it was then I got down and I said, so you will not move. I am so. Why are you behaving this way? He was in the car. Then that was what they were forcing. People were forcing the other. And the bombers, they were pushing the car. I think they want to even push the car down. How can he make people were speaking the money agitated? All of a sudden, they pulled him out of the car. People started beating him. Others started. Then I asked the guys, hey, you should make sure that you take them. Let's put him inside the police car. Let's go and then detain them. We will know when we get to the police station. I will know what to do. Then they removed them. Then they went and that time, there was already they had already blood coming from there. And this guy was forcing, just trying to remove his teeth. I don't know what he was intending to do. People can lie. I've heard different stories after this issue. I was in the car watching. Then they moved him to the police car. I asked my driver to go and pick the car and pack it well so that we can all, and the other road users will have access. Anybody at all, if they want it to get the public, those who are available, some people have video footages, others took video footages, and then there's a CCTV camera there that can tell and give a true story of what happening. Immediately, when they took him, we took to the police station. We got to the police station. Then they brought them. That was when I even have to meet them, and I asked the guy. So there's a video that was taken by one of my men. When we got there, the guy said, but you don't know me. He said he doesn't even know me. And I said, I'm so and so. I'm DSP so and so. What? And it's like that he even wanted to meet me. It's unfortunate he's meeting me in this manner and started begging. And you see the recording, that's why he started begging. And I asked them, if you see when I was going to ask them that, so where do they come from? He said, he's a son of, they come from Alhaji Savannah. And I said, and you could see even the video that is circulating. I said, and then I stopped. I was writing the offense to make the entries. I said, can they get Alhaji Savannah number for us to call? One of the men said he will call somebody to call Alhaji Savannah. And they called him. Alhaji Savannah came with another old man. He came to the police station. I spoke to him and I said, this is what has happened. And our brother, now I'm even hearing that he's an artist. I have never met him before. But he should have known best. He's sitting in the car and insulting, he was filming this and the people, and then the statement he made made the public very angry, especially it was a political statement. It was not needed. But those people there, you could see that they belong to the NDC or they belong to the party. So they said, what does this thing have to do? So because of that, there was attack there. Even though we had issues with him for his obstruction and other deviant behavior and insulting behavior, so we brought them to charge them for offensive conduct. And then that was where we were, and then immediately you came. So this is the situation. He asked them, why did you people behave that way? Alhaji Savannah. Then he blamed them. They said they were sorry. And I told them, I'll let them take their statement and leave them for you to go. And that was the instructions that we did. They took their statement and then we released them to go. Only for them later in the evening for us to hear in the news that Black Maria have gone to beat Ibrahim Mahama.
Only for us to hear in the evening that Black Maria had gone to beat Ibrahim Mahama. In fact, Black Maria was actually not supposed to be in the area because it's been redeployed to Accra, awaiting to be redeployed to the Ashanti region. It's a very long interview. In fact, as he said in this interview, out of the over 100 members of the Black Maria, about 30 of them are Muslims. So he sought special permission for them to be allowed to go to their various areas and celebrate the Eid as the leader. So some of them decided to go to Tamale. And remember, I told you earlier that after the Eid celebration, some NDC people came into a convoy driving on the road, and that also helped to make the place choke up. So when Ibrahim Mahama came out of his car, according to the Tamale King Kong, he used unprintable words like Imanyirvau. I can't translate this. It's very terrible. And that's what he said. Ibrahim Mahama said. And he went ahead to say in the Bani, your NDC is in power. Wait until NDC is gone. And you guys will see your real smoothness level. As we say in Ghana, you will see the reality. And then the people got angry. That was what made the party boys angry, the NDC guys in the convoy. So they approached him, accosted him, and started to unleash blows on him. Of course, Ibrahim Mahama had a different story. He said it was the police. They broke into his car and started to unleash punches on him and broke his teeth. My brother, my sister. Now, this was when he was at the police station. According to DSP Abdul Jalil Bawa, his tooth was not broken. And this was what he showed. According to him, the one that is looking like half is natural. That's how it is. But this guy broke his own teeth in order to make a point. That was what Tamale King Kong told me. He broke his own teeth. Or maybe he has some artificial tooth that he pulled out just to show to people that his tooth was broken. That was what DSP Abdul Jalil Bawa said. And he said, if he's a true Muslim, he should come out and speak the truth. And then he said, the people around the area who came around saw what happened and some took videos. And that CCTV cameras from Mariam Hotel should be able to show exactly what happened on the day. And he's waiting for the investigations to be over so people would be able to see the truth. Because it looks like Ibrahim Mahama is still holding press conferences and all the drug addicts and, in fact, sellers of drugs in Tamale are behind him. All because the Black Maria has a bad name in Tamale amongst the drug addicts and sellers of drugs. But he says, time will tell. He's waiting for the investigation to be over. Now, this is where the story is. Come here. Watch this. Now, when DSP Abdul Jalil spoke, he mentioned that they called the father of Ibrahim Mahama to come to the police station, and he chastised his own son, and his son apologized before him. When Ibrahim Mahama, the artist himself, spoke, he mentioned that his father came to the police station. Let's see how neutral the father is going to be. We placed a call to him. He wasn't too ready to speak. But knowing who was calling him, he decided that he would speak. He's an old man. I called him. He didn't want to speak. He's pushing 80. But I got him to talk. What did he say? I started by asking him, I am told that you went to the police station on the invitation of the police and you got your sons to apologize after you chastised them, right? This was what he said. Watch this. You even spoke with your son why he behaved like that, and then he apologized in the presence of the police.
No, it's not true. That's not true. What really happened was that I just after the Salah, I came here to undress and take some small meal. I was just finished taking my cup of tea when someone called me and told me that your son is at the hospital, police station. What is happening? I said, you better go and check up and see. And so we went to the police station and they took me inside. He was put in a corner somewhere and he was weeping. And his uncle, you know, the one who was driving him is the uncle, the mother's brother, who was the one driving him. And I asked him, so what is happening? Before he could answer, Jalil and his entourage, they came and said, oh, he talked rough to us, that's why we beat him up. I said, he talked rough to you, what did he say? He said he was saying that, your power will soon finish. I said, but that doesn't make you hit somebody. And I think that it was one of Jalil's people who said that they beat him because he talked raw to them. But Jalil told me that they will release him, that they are going to release him to hospital. So I should go back to the house. They will release him to come. So I came back to the house. And it was during it was when I came back to the house that I was told that the regional minister has gone to Havana Clinic where he was admitted to see what was happening. And that's all I know about the case.
Oh, so the police admitted that they actually beat him?
They beat him. Nobody beat him. They beat him. They told me that they beat him. Those people who were with Jalil, I can't make them out, but there were some people who were working with him. They beat him. Who beat him? If someone is beating somebody, you don't arrest the one who is doing the beating. You are arresting the one who is beating. I mean, is there any sense in that? They were in a bus, and they took them out of the bus and left the bus there and took them to the police station.
Wow. What are you going to do next?
No, okay, we are going to get a lawyer to go into it, and then we'll see what is going to happen.
Elijah, I want to thank you so much for talking to me. I appreciate you.
You're all right, okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.
That's the father of Ibrahim Mahama, the artist. Alhaji Savannah. My brother, my sister, it is him. And that's what he said. If this is anything to go by, then it means that one side is not speaking the truth. The police said we didn't beat him. It was the people that beat him up. The father says, oh no. The police said they beat him up. And it was because he misbehaved. My brother, my sister, What else do we do? What else can we say? This is where it is. Where is your judgment? Who do you think is speaking the truth? Who is not speaking the truth? According to the police, Ibrahim Mahama, the artist, is trying to find a way of protecting his diplomatic status. That is why he's going out there to tell so many lies. Should we just be patient to see the CCTV from the Mariam Hotel? We will find out. Whatever it is, whoever beat this gentleman, the father is asking, if the police is to arrest, don't you rather arrest the people who are beating the guy, but you go ahead and arrest the guy instead? Does it make sense? He asked. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo, and here we speak truth to power. To Ibrahim Mahama, we wish you a speedy recovery, and we will follow up on the story. And to Jalil, we appreciate you talking to us. And to the people of Tamale, thank you so much for giving us information every now and then.
I'm not PENDREAM TV. Now, so far so good. Say open online portal le Ghana. Nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.